Hi everybody, it's Kathy. Thanks so much for stopping by today. It's going to be a really fun little video to show you. First, I'm going to show you, this is the May Hostess exclusive. You get this by hosting a party in May, and it's a free wrap you get by hosting a party. So I've used this for 2 manicures and 1 pedicure already, and I still have a ton of wraps left. This one is the June Hostess exclusive, and this is July Hostess exclusive. I've already gotten all 3 of those because I had a great party that ended in May, and so they sent me all 3, which is a very cool feature. But what I want to show you is I'm going to mix those up on my fingers. I think it'll be a fun holiday look, and then I'm also going to show you several different application techniques because that way you'll see some tips and tricks that might work best for you. So let's get started. So the first step to get ready for wraps is get your nails really prepped. So trim them the size that you want and file them and everything, and then you're going to take either this presser or you can use an orange stick if you like those better or if that's what you have, and just press your cuticles back really nicely. The wraps are not going to seal to skin, and cuticle is a skin, so this is kind of an important step to getting your nails prepped. Okay, and then once you finish doing that for all of your fingers, then what you're going to do, I think hydrogen peroxide works best. That's a tip I got from a nail tech, and obviously it's pretty simple. Get some hydrogen peroxide on a cotton ball. You should have clean hands and nails, but the goal here with the hydrogen peroxide or the alcohol, or some people like vinegar, Blue Dawn, and then vinegar is good, is to just get all the oils off your fingernail so the wrap can adhere. Okay, so ready to get started. I've got my nails all prepped. I used hydrogen peroxide on all of them. I've got a little piece of popsicle that's just perfect for a pinky nail, so we'll start there. And I'm going to show you the standard Jamberry wrap application technique this time. Okay, so you're going to need your heat source. I've got a little Jamberry heater here, but you could also use, it looks like this. You could also use a hairdryer if that's what you have. The only thing is I try to keep my heat source pointed away from the other wraps. I'm not really sure if it matters, but it just seems to me that if you're heating that adhesive up really early that it might, I don't know, might get kind of gummy. Okay, I like to use tweezers, and I take it off of the backing, the piece of plastic, and you're gonna wanna start a little trash pile. I hold it here in front of the heat source for about 2 or 3 seconds. You can see when it starts to change, just curl a little bit. That's about right. So line it up on your fingernail, and you may kind of have to switch to finger at that point. And I just press it in really well. The biggest trick here is when you're getting it close to the cuticle and skin area, is you don't want any wrap on skin or cuticle because that's where it won't seal. So what I do is I line it up and then I press it down really well with finger and with this little, I love this little pusher tip. It's kind of silicone, so it's gentle. Okay, once that's on really well, then I get back in front of my heat source, and this time I heat it really well, kind of until it starts to get a little bit hotter than I'm comfortable doing. So obviously this angle's funny because I've got it in front of the camera, but I just wanted to show you. So I heat that up really, really well. I'm still doing it actually. And then I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna press it down again, okay? And then I will take my pusher. I'm gonna really push on the edges, doing that really, really, really well. And at that point, I'm gonna let it cool. Let me show you a different technique that I just learned. This is called a cold application technique. So this one is still on the backing. Okay, you're gonna take, if you're using tweezers, then take your tweezers. If you're not using tweezers, you can use a finger. Just take it right at the edge. Okay, here, you just don't want to get it in this part that's going to be sticking to your fingernail. So again, line it up really well, exactly where you want it. Now when it's cold, one of the advantages is it's a little bit easier to reposition it, okay? So now I'm lining it all up and pushing it down. It has not been heated yet. Again, I'm going to take this little guy. I find this just really, really helps to get it into the nooks and cranny kind of edges of your fingernail. So now I've got that, and once again, what I'm going to do is I still haven't heated it, and I'm going to cut it really close to the fingernail. It doesn't have to be on the fingernail specifically, but that's, if you can tell, you probably can't, but my fingernail is just a tiny bit shorter than where I've cut those. Okay, now This is called the plastic bag heating technique. The idea is, you're just gonna take your finger and just wrap it like that. The idea is that the plastic will evenly distribute the heat. Okay, here we go. We're gonna heat this up. Okay, that's getting pretty hot. So I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna push everything down really well. And then when I really feel that, yep, there we go. You can, that goes quick from sort of feel it to really feel it. I'm just pressing it down again, okay? Okay, so here we go. This is the third technique I'm gonna show you. This, I'm doing it this way to prove a point. This is one of my kids' old socks. It's clean, and it turns it inside out because it had those little rubber footy things on it. And I put some rice in here. It's just regular rice, and I heated it up in the microwave for about 30 seconds. This is really, really warm. So what we're gonna do with this is get the next wrap, and that should be good. So you can see I wanted to mix a bunch of styles today. So I really wanted to wear some of my Hostess exclusives. If you're interested in getting some of these, they're so cute and really special because you can only get these if you host a party, and then they're only available for that month, and then you can get them, you can get up to 3 months per party of rewards. I'm gonna heat this like I did the first time. So you can see it changes shape just a teeny bit as you start to heat it. And I probably cut that one a little longer than I needed, but that doesn't hurt anything. It's always better to be too long than too short. Okay, so I'm following all the exact same steps. Push it down really well. Just help it get that first seal. And then I am gonna go ahead and, just like I did on the others, just trim this close. If it's a little bit too long, it doesn't really matter. I like to have a piece of paper here because you end up with quite a few bits. Okay, so now this sock is, it's still warm. It's just got rice in it. You can make these little bags just with some extra fabric and sew them up. You could do them with extra socks like this. I just wanted to do it this way to prove that you can do it with anything. You don't have to be a seamstress or have a sewing machine or anything else to make this work. Okay, this is really nice, actually. The heat's right there on my finger. I can feel it, and it's not too hot. But so I've really gotten that heated up nicely. One thing I can see here is that the tip is sealing a little bit differently. So for some people and fingernail shapes, that probably work really, really well. Okay, so let me clear this off a little bit. That's kind of the mess that you get when you do this. You can see I've got all of the wraps, more little stickies, applied to my fingernails. And I had a special Jamberry one. It comes on all the sheets that I just thought would be fun to put since there's 10 fingers, of course. 3 designs don't evenly make that. So on that one, I'm going to show you one last technique. And I use this technique on my daughter. She's 5, on her fingernails a lot. And the idea is everything is cool now. I did this just like the normal heat, apply, press, heat, apply with the heater. But what I'm going to do now is trim it and trim my fingernail at the same time. And this works really, really well on little girl fingers, I find. I have some friends who use this exclusively for their fingernails as well. For me, and you could be a lot more exact on the edges, but for me, I'm very particular about the edges of my fingernails being smooth. So this one I struggle with just a little bit, getting everything as smooth as I'd like. So, but if you have really, really sharp clippers like these Tweezerman ones, then you can do that and get a very smooth edge. So, so that's that other technique that I wanted to show you. Okay, now to finish the rest of these, very simple. Take a file and you're just going to file vertically the little bit of excess, and you're not wanting to go horizontally or back and forth. And then if there's enough, it'll actually just sort of peel right off. If you cut it pretty close, and some of these I did, there's actually not going to be enough to peel off even. It'll just sort of disappear. So that's great, but that's how you get the smooth edge to finish it. And that's how you do it. Okay guys, so that's it. I filed down all the edges and everything is really nice and smooth. What I like to do after I filed the edges down or clipped it like I did for that one is today I'm going to try the sock with my rice in it because I have it. And I like to get just a little bit of extra heat on there and really make sure the edge has sealed on nicely. And then that's it. You are officially done with your Jamacure. And my only recommendation would be put some cuticle oil on maybe before bed, but not immediately afterwards. Let it really adhere and seal in nicely. And then also don't go soak your hands in a big sink of water right now. Just give them a little bit of time to finish. But you're ready to go. That's the best thing about the Jamberries is no drying time. Now you're ready to go and face the day. So have a great day, everybody, and thanks again for checking out Jamberries. If you're ready to host a party and get some of these free wraps, just let me know. Send me a message. Bye.